Okay, so welcome to the module 5, I think, no. Anyway, i-edit ko na lang tong mga nasa title niya, no. So this is lecture 5 on the absorption. So basically si absorption is a separation process and a unit process at the same time, no. It mass transfer operation in which one or more gas solutes is removed by the solution in a liquid. So, ibig sabihin, meron kang gas and then kukunin mo yung solute, no? And then i-dissolve mo rin siya sa liquid. That's the basic definition of the absorption. The inert gas is the molecule is in the gas mixture is called the carrier gas. No, for example, yung carrier gas natin is air, no? So siya si inert gas. So si inert gas ngayon, meron siyang kasamang solute. And then ipapa-absorb mo si solute from the gas to the liquid. That's absorption. In the absorption process of ammonia from air-ammonia mixture by water, air is the carrier gas, ammonia is the solute, and water is the absorbent. Okay? An intimate contact between solute, gas, and absorbent liquid is achieved in a suitable absorption equipment, namely pwede ka mag-tray tower, pack column, spray tower, Venturi scrubber, and absorption. And etc. So yun si absorption. On the other hand, meron naman tayong tinatawag na stripping, no? Si stripping naman, it's coming parang kabaliktaran siya ni absorption. Instead na si solute mo galing kay gas to liquid, kay stripping naman galing kay liquid papunta kay gas. Isi-strip mo ngayon si solute from the liquid going to the gas. No? So basically ito lang yung itsura niya. You have or the main parang flow chart niya, no? You have the carrier gas in containing the solution or the solute pala. And then meron kang absorbent. Now the solute will be absorbed in the absorbent, then maglilive ngayon si carrier gas. On the other hand, pag stripping naman tayo, we have the solute plus the carrier liquid, and then ipapa-strip mo siya, stripping, and then ngayon si solute mo, masi-strip siya papunta kay carrier gas plus the carrier liquid na lang. So, ang i-discuss natin dito sa absorption and stripping, no? So, we have the absorption versus the stripping. Ipapakita natin yung difference nila. The coupling of absorber and stripper, no? Usually, lagi sila nagsasama. Kasi once na napa-absorb mo na si solute from the gas to liquid, kailangan mo na naman siyang i-strip. No? Tatanggalin mo na naman siya from the liquid. Kaya laging magkasundo or laging magka-couple si absorber and si stripper. And then the equipments, titingnan natin yung mga equipments na gagamitin natin. And then yung mga design configurations natin. Also, mag-discuss tayo ng equilibrium curve and operating line. Anong pagkakaiba ni equilibrium curve and the operating line of the absorber and the stripper. And the very essential pagdating sa design ng absorption processes are the number of equilibrium stages and the height of the pack tower. No? So, again, same lang to sa sinabi ko kanina that absorption can also be termed as gas absorption, gas scrubbing, or gas washing. No? So, a gas mixture is contacted with liquid, which is the absorbent or the solvent, no? Absorbent or the solvent, to selectively dissolve one or more components such as the solute or the adsorbate. So another term for solute is the adsorbate by mass transfer from gas to liquid. So, yung na pag usapan natin or yung na-discuss natin sa prelim na mass transfer between two phases, yung two-film theory natin magagamit dito. No, it's because sa two-film theory, we have now the two phases natin, the gas phase and the liquid phase. Now, yung solute natin coming from the gas phase, pupunta siya kay liquid. So, ano nga yung principle na nag-govern if you have two phases and may transfer ka ng solute from one phase to another phase, given that they are in equilibrium? Ano nga yung principle nun? In equilibrium? Anyone? Ano yung principle na nag-govern doon sa ma-
First row, sir.
the Henry's law, no? Pag meron kang if meron kang two faces na come in contact with each other and then ipapa-equilibrium mo siya, then it will govern the Henry's law. But the Henry's law will only happen for dilute mixtures. For dilute, ibig sabihin, sobrang liit lang nung solute mo na ginagamit. No, iba rin yung ginagamit pag hindi na dilute, tinatawag siyang Rayold's law, which is mas ma-expound natin siya sa distillation. No, but sa absorption usually Henry's law naman yung ginagamit natin. Okay, so it used to separate gas mixtures, like you remove the impurity from the gas mixture and then you dissolve it in the absorbent, which is somehow water, no? Remove the contaminants, pollutants, catalysts, no, which can poison the gas, and so on and so forth. For example, you have to remove the sodium sulfide, hydrogen sulfide from CO2. So CO2 si carrier mo, si hydrogen sulfide si solute mo, and then ipapa-dissolve mo si hydrogen sulfide to MEA, or the monoethanolamine. So si MEA ngayon yung si liquid mo, no? It's the inert liquid mo, or the carrier na liquid mo. Sa stripping naman, again, the liquid mixture is contacted with a gas to selectively remove components by mass transfer from the liquid to gas. No? Ito naman, sa stripping from liquid papunta kay gas. For example, removal of H2S, no, sulfide, from sour crude oil. No? So absorbers are frequently coupled with strippers to permit regeneration or recovery and the recycling of the adsorbent. So for example, here, no, you have a flue gas containing the solute, and then ipapa-absorb mo siya. The flue gas, no, will enter here, then will go out at the top. Ngayon, yung si solute mo will come in contact dun sa absorbent mo, no, which is somehow liquid, and then makukolect siya dito. Okay? So the liquid that will be collected here will contain the solute na. Yung solute mo ngayon na liquid, ipapastripper mo na naman siya. Tatanggalin mo na naman siya dun sa liquid mo para ma-regenerate mo yung liquid mo. So may regeneration ka nangyayari. So from here, na malinis na, it will be regenerated. So this is the clean solvent, no? Regenerated na siya. So yun yung parang configuration nung absorber pati stripper that you will have a recycling of the adsorbent. Yung liquid mo is the adsorbent. No? So because stripping is not perfect, recycled adsorbent contains solutes or absorbent. So kahit pa paano, although na nakaka-dissolve ka dito, no, meron ka pa ring konting natitira doon sa um, adsorbent mo. So, usually, always na una si absorber, and then magdi-desorb ka or magsi-strip ka para ma-regenerate mo si adsorbent. Okay, so how do we quantify, no, the effectivity doon sa pag-absorb mo or pag-strip mo? So, we have this absorption factor and stripping factor na tinatawag. This is just a parang introductory lang sa absorption and stripping natin, no. For example, if you have a absorption, it's a plate actually, no. It's a plate column. Ibig sabihin, meron ka mga plates dyan. It's a plate column. And then you have a feed gas. Always si feed gas, it comes from the bottom of the uh, column, no. So bottom of the column, doon pa si feed gas. If the feed gas is 25 degrees Celsius and at 180 m, ito yung parang mga amounts ng different constituents mo, no? So argon 6.9, oxygen 144.3, nitrogen is 536 and the water is 5, and the acetone is 10.3. So automatically we can just say that this is in air, no? It's meron kang oxygen and nitrogen, no? So this is presumably an air, and then meron kang water, no? So sa air mo, it has a water vapor, and yung solute mo is the acetone, no? It's naka red box na rin siya, acetone. Ngayon ipapakam in contact mo siya from the liquid that comes in. So ang liquid na papasok natin must come from the top, always from the top of the column. So yung liquid natin, papasok siya at 25 degrees Celsius at 101.3 kilopascal, and then it goes to the bottom. So parang magkakaroon ka ng counter current na action here, na flow here, that the gas will go up while the liquid will go down. So ngayon, after in equilibrium, nag-come in contact sila in equilibrium, we have now the following amounts or flow rates pala. This is in flow rates, in kilomole per hour. This is molar flow rates. So yung mga molar flow rates is naging ganito na. No? So automatically, si acetone, pagpasok ni acetone 10.3. Paglabas niya sa column, naging 0.05 na si acetone mo sa exit gas. Automatically, saan napunta si acetone mo? Sa exit liquid mo. So, the exit liquid mo ngayon will contain the large amount of the acetone na nakuha mo doon, na absorb mo here sa plate column mo. So the exit liquid has a molar flow rate of 0.09, so oxygen, nitrogen 0.017, water 1926, and acetone is 10.25 kilomole per hour. Now, meron tayong tinatawag na absorption factor, no, is equal to the L over KV. Now, L here, automatically L is the molar flow rate of the liquid. So, ang molar flow rate ng liquid natin that comes in is the total of this one. So, ilan ba yung total nito? Can you please give me the total? Pwede pa ako mag-annotate dito? I think hindi. So, okay, for example, here, the total natin dito, the molar flow rate, or the L, the molar flow rate of the liquid is the sum nung nasa absorption mo. Ay, sum of the liquid. And that sum of the liquid is around 702. Pag i-add mo, 702.5. This is in kilomole per hour. And then what goes up here is, again, this is LO. Pwede natin, then this is the L1. Later on, ipapakita natin yung notation natin dito, ha. Hindi ko na nalalagyan. Later on, ipapakita natin yung mga notations natin. So, L here is equal to 709.2. And the V here, the vapor na papasok is equal to 1943 kilomole. And yung lalabas dito is, this is 193628 kilomole. So, i-add lang natin yan, ha? And then, you're gonna use the formula, for example, for the water, A is equal to L over K. K is 0.031 V. So, si K is the mass transfer coefficient natin, ha? Mass transfer coefficient natin. So, that will give you 89.2 na sa absorption. So the larger the and then kukunin natin si acetone, oxygen, nitrogen, and argon, and so on and so forth, given the K values here. So the larger the value of A, the fewer the number of stages required for the absorption. Kasi nga malakas yung absorption factor niya. No, from its word absorption factor, gaano kalakas mag-absorb si water. No? So malakas mag-absorb si water, it's 89.2. Ibig sabihin, hindi mo kailangan ng maraming plates. Hindi mo kailangan ng maraming absorption stages. Okay? The required absorb the required absorbent flow rate, no, is less than, or if lumiit si flow rate mo, the K value of the solute will also go down. No? So as you can see here, K and L are ano, proportional to each other. So kung maliit si absorbent flow rate mo, maliit din si K mo. And also kung maliit yung flow rate mo, maliit din si temperature and mataas si pressure. Stripping factor naman is equal to 1 over A, no? So 1 over A is absorption factor is L over KV. So ano ba yung mga equipment natin? No? Meron tayong mga various types of tray plate or tray towers for absorption natin. No? Meron tayong tinatawag na tray tower. No? So si tray tower, also known as the sieve tower. So also known as sieve tower. Hindi kasi maka-annotate sa PDF eh. So, the trade tower, also known as the sieve tower, i-note lang dito. Ah, yes. And then, meron tayong pack column. So, no, uh, babalikan ko pala. Si trade tower is also known, mali pala yung sinabi ko kanina, is as plate column. It's it's because it's a column consisting of different plates. So this is first plate, second plate, third plate, fourth plate, and so on and so forth. So plate column siya. Si pack column naman is also called pack tower. So si pack tower. So ang pinagkaiba nila, automatically ito, meron mga different plates dyan na dyan papasok pababa si liquid mo, si gas mo pataas. No, so kung mas marami kang plates, mas marami kang parang chances, opportunity para mag-contact si liquid and gas. Yun yung pinaka-importante sa absorption. Dapat mabigyan mo ng opportunity na mag-come in contact si liquid pati si gas. No? Nevertheless, wala kang mass transfer na mangyayari. So, ang kailangan mo lang talaga, makapag-come in contact mo. So, kung marami kang plates, mas maraming chances na mag-come in contact ka. Okay? So, we also have pack tower, also known as pack column. Dito naman, meron kang mga packing na nilalagay. No? Meron kang mga packing na nilalagay dyan. Na instead of plates, may mga materials ka na kung saan doon magtatama-tama si gas and si liquid. Doon sila magka-come in contact. It's materials, no? It's kung pwede, cheap siya na material and dapat inert. No, dapat hindi siya nagkakaroon ng reaction within or with one of your solutes or sa mga solutes mo. Dapat inert siya kasi ginagamit lang siya para doon mag-mass transfer si gas and si liquid mo. So, okay, lalabas si gas doon, papasok si liquid mo dito sa baba. We also have spray tower. So, sa spray tower naman, ini-spray mo ngayon si liquid mo and then you have like different sprays. No, meron kang spray 1, spray 2, spray 3, and then you have the gas coming at the bottom, then goes out. Then we have bubble column naman. We have a liquid here, and then ipapabubble mo lang si gas mo dito. So it's from the word self bubble, no? So magkakaroon ka ng bubbles here, and then magka-come in contact sila, no? And then we have the centrifugal contractor. the liquid comes in here, the vapor comes out there, and then dito sila mag-mix. No? So yung vapor natin, papasok siya dito, going up, and then si liquid is going here, going down. Going from the top, going to the bottom. And then iikot siya, centrifugal contractor.
Excuse me, sir.
Yes, question.
Sir, kanang sa ilalim mas, sir, kanang nasa specific na ahadapit na sila magamit or pwede ra sila nga magpili lang or ahay mas choice sa ilang gamitan na yan.
Okay, so it definitely boils down to the cost of the material and the equipment, no? Kasi there are for example dito sa trade tower, meron tayong mga materials na kailangan inert siya, and then the complications nung pag flow ng liquid natin, no? So it boils down to the cost of the equipment. Dito ang cost mo lang kasi dito kasi sa trade tower, ang cost mo kasi dito is kung ilan ang number of stages or ilan ang number of plates ang kailangan mo um, para mataas yung stripping or yung amount nung mas ma-absorb mo. Dito naman, ang cost lang talaga dito is the equipment and the packing material, no? Ang tinitingnan naman dito ang height, kung gaano kataas yung pack tower mo. This one, kung gaano kataas to. So kung gusto mo ng mataas na pack tower, marami kang makakam in contact, and then mas marami kang sa baba. Mas marami kang makukuha na solute sa liquid mo. No? So it really boils down to the cost kung saan ang mas kumbaga kung mas barato sa
Okay, sir.
yes. Anyway, this is one of the selection, no, to give you the idea. Later on, i-discuss natin to siya. This is if the objective of absorption is to separate of a particular component from a mixture, selection of the adsorbent plays great role. And when absorption operation is used to prepare solution, solvent is selected according to the final product. So kailangan ito yung mga criteria na kailangan natin i-select pag dun sa absorbent natin. No, for example, yung gas solubility niya, dapat high solubility of the gas in the solvent is preferred. No? Dapat yung solute mo madali siyang absorb doon sa solvent mo. Dapat low volatility siya, no? Hindi siya nag-easily volatilize, not otherwise sasama siya sa gas stream mo going outside. Dapat low viscosity siya. Why? It's because kung yung solvent na gagamitin mo, mataas yung viscosity niya, mahirapan siya mag-flow down. No? Mahirapan siya mag-flow down, so naapektuhan doon yung come in contact mo, no? Pagka-come in contact ni liquid and the gas mo. Dapat non-corrosive siya kasi especially these materials, this equipment needs a very high strength na mga equipment, high strength na mga materials. And yung mga high strength materials natin are metals, and these metals are very prone to corrosion. So kailangan yung solvent mo hindi siya corrosive. Then dapat yung cost ng solvent mo dapat mababa lang, cheap lang siya. Toxic and hazard, since it is industrially dapat scalable, dapat maliit lang yung toxic and hazards na kailangan nating gamitin sa solvent. Okay, so yun yung mga criteria na ginagamit natin sa solvent natin. To give you a more parang visual description doon sa nangyayari sa trade tower natin, no. Okay, so we assume that the liquid comes from the top. So ngayon, yung clear liquid mo will go here, and then yung gas mo will flow from the bottom to top. So since yung mga tray tower mo is meron yan siyang mga parang holes here, no? Meron siyang mga holes. Okay, so itong mga holes na to, it usually ranges from 3 to wait lang. It usually ranges to 3 to 12 millimeter in size, no? Nasa Giancoplis yan actually. Or usually mga nasa 5 millimeter. So, unahin natin si trade tower. bigyan ng definition, ng description or the plate column. So si plate column will look like this, and then meron siyang holes, no? So yung mga holes niya, no, usually at 5 millimeter in diameter. Yan. Pero hindi mo pwedeng like palakihin masyado yung mga holes mo kasi magkakaroon ka ngayon ng parang wala nang contact na nangyayari, no? Magfo-flow na lang down here si liquid mo. Dapat yung hole mo is small enough para hindi po lalabas si liquid mo. At the same time, large enough para magkaroon ka ng froth. So yung froth ngayon is a combination of the liquid and gas mo, no? So diyan parang magkakaroon ng turbulence, magkakaroon ng bubbling from its word froth, no? So para siyang maliit na mga bubbles. Yan. So dito lumalaki yung froth mo or nagko-coalesce yung mga bubbles mo and then lalabas na si gas flow. So meron kang weir here, no? Ang function ni weir dito is para hindi ka magkaroon ng flooding, no? Kasi ang nangyayari, it's also a function of the efficiency of the trade tower is also a function of the pressure drop. Bakit nagiging function siya ng pressure drop? Note that yung gas flow natin will go upward, no? Will go upward. Now, any gas or the momentum of the gas natin, once na tumama siya sa isang material, nagkakaroon ka ng pressure drop. Nagkakaroon ka ng pressure drop. So, kung masyadong mataas yung pressure drop natin, ibig sabihin, maraming nabangga si gases mo, no? Marami siyang nabangga kasi mataas yung pressure dito tapos maliit yung pressure dito. So the pressure drop is so large. Pag so large si pressure drop nimo, marami kang na babangga dito na material, no? Ngayon, it goes down here and then yung liquid mo naman ngayon dito na goes down, tatama na naman siya sa bagong tray. May bagong tray na naman dito na pangalawang stage or pangalawang plate. Okay, so and goes down and goes down and goes down. Meron lang akong sasabihin dito on the saan na ba yung notes ko. Okay, so the ideal operation and phase equilibrium at each tray between the vapor and liquid stream leaving the tray. So dapat meron kang phase equilibrium na nangyayari, and that equilibrium must follow as much as possible the Henry's law kung dilute yung concentration ng liquid mo. So each tray is treated as an equilibrium stage. So in this stage nagkakaroon ka ng equilibrium, and then sa bottom nagkakaroon ka rin ng equilibrium. So, meron mga different types of trays. May perforations. So, ito na yung sinasabi ko na sieve tray pala. So, when you say perforations, it's just equal to what is known as sieve tray. Nasa Giancoplis si sieve tray, no? So, it's essentially the same type of sieve tray is used for gas absorption in distillation. So, it has a hole of 3 to 12 millimeter in diameter. The liquid is maintained on the tray surface. So, magkakaroon ka ng liquid sa tray surface and prevented from flowing down through the holes by kinetic energy of the gas of the vapor. So, that's when nagkakaroon ka ng froth here kasi yung energy or nung momentum or kinetic energy of the gas will prevent the liquid from passing through the holes. Kaya nagkakaroon ka ng mga froth instead of passing na papass siya through the holes. The depth of the liquid on the tray is maintained by the overflow or the outweigh ito. Para magkakaroon ka ng depth dito at hindi ka magkakaroon ng overflow na lang, no. So parang pangsangga or something like ano nga yan. Parang dam na type na para hindi ka magkaroon ng overflow. Here, meron kang certain depth of froth. The overflow liquid flows into the downspout to the next tray below. Yon. Next is the valve cap na tray natin, no? So, yung valve cap naman natin, ginagamit siya sa valve tray. No, so sa valve tray naman, yung air mo papasok dito sa ilalim para siyang may mga uh, it's a variable area kasi eh. So ito nagva-vary yung area niya, no? Parang either pa-tapered down or pa-tapered up. So papasok dito yung air mo, then lalabas dito sa gilid. Then diyan ka magkakaroon ng froth. Okay? Okay, so imagine niyo na lang na kada butas dito sa perforation, isang valve cap. No? So, mahal si valve tray natin. No? So, the modification of the sieve tray is the valve tray, which consists of openings in the tray and lift valve cover. So, meron kang valve cover here for each opening, providing variable open area which varied by the vapor flow, inhibiting leakage of liquid down the opening of low vapor rates. So, yung ginagawa lang natin dito is para hindi siya mag-leak. Para may cap ka na ginagawa para hindi mag-leak yung liquid mo dito. Hence, this tray can operate at a greater range of flow rates than the sieve tray. Bakit? Kasi ito pwedeng bumaba, pwedeng tumaas. For example, kung sobrang taas ng pressure mo, itong cup niya aangat. Pero kung maliit lang yung pressure mo or pressure drop mo, no, mababa lang siya. So nagva-vary yung height nito. No? Hindi pare sa perforations na hindi mo nakokontrol yung pag-flow ng fluid. Dapat meron ka lang talagang specific na pressure drop. Next is bubble tray, no? Bubble cup tray. So si bubble cup natin ginagamit siya sa bubble cup tray. So ito yung pinaka-famous si bubble cup tray, no? It has been used over 100 years na, no? But definitely the addition of the bubble cup is additional cost. In the bubble tray, the vapor or gas rises to the opening in the tray into the bubble cups. Then the gas flows through the slots. So na may mga slots dara here. As you can see here, may slots siya na papunta dito. Yan. So may bubble cup tray. Ito yung parang itsura, yung parang cross-sectional na pag-flow ng tubig ay na pag-flow ng air in the periphery of each cup. So, dito in the periphery or parang in the perimeter of the each cup. So, nagkakaroon ka ng bubbles na pwedeng mag-come in contact into the liquid. So, yun yung mga tray openings natin sa plate column natin. So, this is also another viewpoint doon sa bubble cup natin, no? So papasok si saan ba dito? This is the liquid and then this is the feed na vapor mo goes up, you know. Yung pag goes up niya, tatama siya dito sa mga bubble cup, no? And then magka-come in contact siya sa liquid. Magkakaroon ka ngayon ng contact ng liquid and vapor here. Okay? So, meron kang formation of bubbles on the periphery, no, sa gilid ng mga bubble cup. And then goes up, and then so far yung liquid mo goes down. Okay, so ano pa ba? This is a parang more detailed na itsura nung plate column natin, no. And then this is the pack tower. Ito naman is pack tower. Hindi, pack tower ba to? Yeah, it's a pack column. So, meron kang packing, na ibig sabihin ng packing, yung mga materials mo, instead of plates, nagkakaroon ka ng mga materials na kung saan doon nagtatama-tama si liquid and si vapor. No? So, these are the common materials na ginagamit sa packing. Additional separation capacity can be achieved by replacing all some of the trays with sections of a randomly or structured packing. So, instead of the trays, you have a structured or random packing. No? Pero hindi mo naman pwede na parang i-condense, ano tawag na, parang i-pack talaga yung mga materials mo kasi hindi dadaan si air mo or si vapor mo. Yung vapor pressure mo yung pressure drop mo sobrang laki nun. No, so kailangan yung parang there is a dichotomy kasi sa packing na kailangan papass through si vapor or si gas doon sa packing mo. At the same time, meron kang um, contact ng liquid and si gas mo. No, it's quite complicated to think na um, ang purpose mo is lalabas si air or si vapor at a minimal pressure drop. Pag sinabi nating minimum pressure drop, mabilis yung pag-pass through ng air. Yung parang um, ma, yung pressure dito must be somehow um, almost equal sa pressure dito. Maliit lang yung pressure drop mo. That's a very good in indication na the pack column is efficient. At the same time, kailangan mo magpa-come in contact si vapor or si gas kay liquid, no? So there is a parang contrasting idea there. Okay? Um, in a given pack tower, so meron tayong pack tower naman natin, no? So the pack tower are used for continuous counter-current contacting gas and liquid absorption pa rin. No? Many different tower packing have been developed and numbers are used quite commonly. Kailangan tayong gumawa ng packings, yung mga packings natin here, that is at about 3 mm to 75 mm. So, meron tayong straight tower here. Ah, then we have the pack column. So sa pack column lang natin, kailangan natin maglagay ng mga materials at 3 mm to 75 mm na kalaki na packing materials. No, so most of the tower packings are made of inert, cheap materials such as clay, porcelain, graphite, and plastic. So hide void spaces up to 60 to 90% are characteristic of a good packing. So doon natin makikita na maganda yung packing natin na materials na dapat magkaroon siya ng 60% to 90% void. So dapat malaki yung void space ng packing materials natin. As much as possible, dumadaan talaga yung hangin. Hindi nababara, yun pala yung tamang term. Dapat hindi mo nababara si hangin. Once na mabara mo si hangin, napapasok from the bottom, hindi maganda yung pack tower mo. So, kailangan mo ng materials na, kumbaga, maluwag, kayang dumaan si air mo. The packing permit relatively large volumes of liquid to pass countercurrently to the gas flow through the opening with relatively low pressure drop for the gas. So yun yung gusto natin here, to have a relatively low pressure drop. Once na malaki yung pressure drop mo, ibig sabihin bumabara. No? May bara sa pack column mo pag mataas yung pressure drop mo. The same type of packing are also used in vapor-liquid separation process such as the distillation. Okay, so ano yung mga usually itsura ng mga, nandito ba yun? Ito yung mga usually itsura ng mga packing natin. No? We have the structured packing. Andito yung mga structured packing natin. And then you have the support. Dapat may support ka. And then you have a random packing. Pwede kang maglagay ng mga reishi. We have reishi ring, lessing ring, and burl saddle. We have pal ring. No? Nasa Paris yan and nasa yan Coplis lahat yung mga itsura ng mga packing materials natin. So, sa isang pack tower or pack column, with a given type and size of packing and with definite flow of liquid, there is an upper limit to the rate of gas flow called the flooding velocity. So meron tayong tinatawag na flooding velocity here. So this is the upper limit. Of gas flow. No? Kasi kailangan hindi rin natin pasobrahan yung velocity ng gas natin, no? Once na pinasobrahan natin yung velocity ng gas natin, lilipad at lilipad si mga packing materials mo. Pwedeng masira yung nasa loob ng o mga support mo at wala kang at hindi maganda yung magiging contact ng liquid and the gas mo. So mangyari si liquid mo dito na lang sa gilid magfo-flow. Hindi na siya magfo-flow sa gitna. No? So walang magandang contact si liquid and si gas mo. So that's the flooding velocity. Upper limit lang siya. Pag lumagpas ka sa flooding velocity, it's a no-no. Okay? Above this gas velocity, the tower cannot operate. At low gas velocities, the liquid flows downward through the packing, essentially uninfluenced by the upward gas flow. So hindi rin naman pwede na masyadong mababa naman um yung um um yung gas velocity mo. Again, kung sobrang taas yung gas velocity mo, no? Wait lang ha. The tower cannot operate. So automatically, tower cannot operate. Since nga yung mga packing mo magliliparan and then yung liquid mo na lang dito na lang sa wall tatama, no? Pero kung sobrang baba naman ng gas velocity mo, yung mga liquid mo will pass through the wait lang ha, will pass through the pressure drop is proportional wait, as the gas flow rate is essentially uninfluenced by the upward flow at the liquid downward through the packing essentially uninfluenced by the upward gas flow. So ibig sabihin, the liquid will just pass through, no? Bababa lang siya, hindi siya maapektuhan ng gas flow. The liquid will just pass through uninfluenced, no? So wala kang contact na nangyayari, no? Magpa-pass through lang siya, bababa lang yung tubig kasi sobrang hina ng gas mo na pasaka. No? So dapat parang there is a contrasting power na bababa yung tubig mo tapos ipo-push upward ng gas mo. Similar sa trade tower, kung masyadong mababa yung gas velocity mo, yung push nung gas mo dito, no, will not be enough para sa pagbaba ng tubig. So ibig sabihin, the water will just flow, no, will just flow from the holes. So kailangan meron kang enough na velocity para mapigilan mo yung pagbaba ng mga liquid sa holes mo. Dapat yung liquid mo dito lang siya bababa sa gilid. Dito lang siya baba. So parang iikot lang yung tubig natin here, magsi-swivel lang siya around the corners. No? Pero yung air mo or yung gas mo dapat dito tatama. Enough para ma-counter niya yung pag-pass through ng liquid sa holes mo. So, as the gas flow rate, which is what we call the loading point, the gas starts to hinder the liquid downflow and local accumulation of pools of liquid starts to appear in the packing. So, meron tayong tinatawag na loading point. kung saan yun yung saktong velocity nung gas mo is enough for the liquid not to pass through. No? So enough lang siya na gas velocity yung loading point mo para hindi automatically mag-go down si liquid mo. No, para may coming contact pa rin na nangyayari. So that's the essential um, thing that we have to remember pagdating sa trade tower and pack column. So design of a single stage countercurrent pack tower, usually kasi dito later on na later na lang or sa next week na lang natin i-discuss si equilibrium curve and operating line of the absorbers. Let's just look lang doon sa mga concept lang natin, no? Yung mga concept lang natin di here. So for the driving force of any mass transfer, the solubility of a species in a solvent, no? With the increase in temperature and solubility of the gas in the liquid, with the increase of temperature, the solubility of a gas in a liquid decreases. No? So, ibig sabihin, kailangan ipababa mo yung temperature. No? Automatically, kung mataas yung temperature mo sa loob ng plate column mo or sa tray column mo, hindi maganda yung pag-transfer ng solid from gas to liquid. So, mababa yung solubility niya. So, dapat may maintain ka rin na temperature sa loob. On contrary, desorption is done at higher temperature. No? Dapat yung pag-desorb mo, yung pag-strip mo, higher temperature. Yung pag-absorb mo, lower temperature. So, design of the single stage current counter current flow absorption tower. These are the steps. You have to select the solvent, you have to select the packing, you calculate the minimum solvent flow. So ito yung sinasabi nating flow ng solvent or nung flow ng gas. Kailangan malaman natin 'yon. Kasi ayaw natin magkaroon ng flooding, no? Dapat nasa loading point lang tayo. Column diameter, nakaka-apekto pa rin yun sa geometry natin. Height of the column, design of solvent distribution, design of the gas distributor, packing support, shells, nozzles, column support. So ito yung sinasabi ko kanina ng mga packing materials natin, no. No. Pwedeng reishi ring, itong mga ring lang natin, i-dump mo lang siya as a packing uh, dito para magiging random packing lang siya, ganyan lang siya. We have lessing rings naman, no. Ibig sabihin magkakaroon ka lang ng pan-division sa loob ng ratio and the burl saddle, mga saddles. Ang kailangan lang talaga dito is meron siyang enough na surface area para yung parang mataas yung surface area nito. No? Kailangan mataas yung surface area to volume ratio niya na maraming surface kung saan magtatama si liquid and si gas. No? Maraming contact area. So, meron tayong anti-lock saddle and modification and the pull ring. The pull ring and the modification. So, maraming type ng packing and merong different parang parameter na uh, intended for each of the ratio, each of the packing materials na ginagamit dito. So, ito naman yung parang criteria paano kami mili ng packing materials. Dapat yung cost niya, low lang. Surface area, again, sinabi ko to kanina, dapat mataas yung area niya. The void volume must maintain at low pressure drop. Hindi pwede na yung material mo will cause pagbabara. No? Dapat hindi mo mabara. Dapat maliit lang yung pressure drop natin. Fouling resistance, dapat hindi siya nakakatrap ng mga suspended solids. Kaya yung parang kailangan mataas yung surface area niya. At the same time, hindi ka nakakabara, no? Mechanical strength, no, since merong mga pressure drop na tatama diyan, kailangan yung material mo na packing is you has a high or good mechanical strength. Uniform flow of streams, dapat yung pag-stack mo pwedeng random and then pwedeng uniform or something like a structured packing. Oh, marami pa palang packing dito. Meron third generation dump or random packings. We have the Antalox, Nuttering, Cascade, Jaeger, Koch, Norpack, High Flow Ring. Yun yung si random. Pag mag-structured packing naman tayo, pwede tayong Melapack, Flexipack, Montez corrugated metal sheet, and wire mesh packing. So, dalawang type ng pag-pack natin doon sa pack column. No? The random or the dump and the structured packing natin. Pwede tayong mag-grid, no? Magkaroon ng mga mesh naman. This packing is used for high gas or vapor capacity at low pressure drop. No? So kung sobrang taas ng pressure mo na incoming pero gusto mo mababa lang yung pressure drop mo, magkakaroon ka ng grid packing. Pero the problem sa grid packing is maliit lang yung area. Maliit lang yung area na kung saan sila they come in contact. Okay, so naapektuhan yung efficiency natin doon. Okay, so next meeting, let's discuss equilibrium curve and operating line for absorbers, the number of equilibrium stages, and other details. Especially, mag-discuss tayo sa single and multi-equilibrium contact stages. Do you have any questions sa absorption natin, sa basic ideas sa absorption?